I helped the village sell 3 million pounds of pomegranates. But they accused me of making a killing, making dirty money off them. So the next year, I stopped selling for them. Instead, I helped several nearby villages sell their pomegranates. To my surprise, we made a fortune. The people of Brookfield village were green with envy. I had helped the villagers sell 3 million pounds of pomegranates, all so they could earn a little more. That day, my front gate was packed with people. Usually, they greeted me warmly. But today, they were strangely cold. Not one of them came forward to say hello. What are you all doing squatting by the gate? Why not come inside? This year's pomegranate purchase contract and pricing are both finalized. Come in, everyone, and hear the details. After a full day of work in the city, I took the initiative to greet them. But still, no one answered. Even the way they looked at me had turned strange. Well, look who's finally back. Liam Carter, you piece of work. Spit out the hard-earned money you skimmed off us. Skimmed off your hard-earned money? When did I ever skim off anyone's hard-earned money? Hump. If you have something to say it properly. Do not stand here, shouting. Stop playing dumb when you know exactly what you did. You bought our fruit for $8 a pound. Then sold it for $89 a box. Each box held a little over 5 pounds. You made $10 a pound off us. Are you even human? Come on, Liam. We are all neighbors here. Who knew you could do something this rotten? You even dared to skim off our blood, sweat, and tears. After hearing their accusations, it suddenly hit me. Someone was stirring up trouble behind the scenes. Aside from the 2 tagalongs, who worked with me in the village, no third person could have known those details. Was it Megan Blake who said this? Or was it Ethan Young? Both of them were college graduates from our village. In recent years, our pomegranate business had grown hotter and hotter. After graduation, neither of them found a decent job, so they came to help their families grow pomegranates. When Mayor Young found out, he had them come with me to find sales channels. He wanted to take our village pomegranate business to the next level. Who would have thought they would turn around and betray me behind my back? Never mind them. Just tell us whether you skimmed off our hard-earned money. No, that will not do. Today, both of them need to be here. Whatever needs saying, we will lay everything out face. They think a few years of college means they can go around stirring up trouble wherever they please. Megan Blake and Ethan Young stepped out from the back of the crowd. Ethan Young glared at me, his face full of anger. Megan Blake, meanwhile, looked down on me with smug superiority. Everyone trusted you. We put the pomegranate sales in your hands. Who knew you could be this shameless? Our village grows a whole year's worth of fruit. That is almost 3 million pounds. You pocketed $10 from everyone on every pound. In 1 year, that is 30 million stolen from us. Over 3 years, 90 million. Every family here counts on pomegranates to earn a living. But you do not lift a finger. And every year, you skim more than 30 million off everyone. Megan Blake and Ethan Young played off each other. Together, they successfully whipped up the crowd's anger toward me. After the villagers heard them out, the crowd's eyes turned colder and more hostile. I leave before dawn and come home after dark every day. You saw how I entertained those buyers. Are you two blind? Or did you just pretend not to see it? You two ungrateful wolves. And to think I looked after you so well. Gee. Since you put it that way, let us tell everyone exactly how you entertained them. Every time, you went to the most expensive place in the city, the Grand Continental Hotel. One meal cost $2,000 or $3,000. One bottle of top-shelf whiskey cost $2,000, and he would drink 4 or 5 bottles in a single meal. Then at night, he would go hire escorts. As if wasting everyone's blood, sweat, and tears was not enough. He still skimmed money from the pomegranate price, and he has the nerve to call that hard work. Megan Blake pointed at me, brimming with righteous outrage. The second she finished speaking, someone immediately stood up to back her. He's bleeding us dry, feeding off our flesh, all to fatten himself up. Pay us back. Today, you must pay us back. The villagers chimed in one after another, and their words grew uglier by the second. They painted me as a worthless parasite. Are you finished? If not, keep going. There is still plenty of daylight left. I will wait until you have all had your say. At that, the crowd gradually fell silent, only when not a single voice was left did I address what Megan Blake had accused me of. I will not waste time arguing every detail. I will ask you just one thing. $8 a pound. Was that not the highest purchase price anywhere nearby? Did I treat you unfairly? I did not just give you the highest price. I also did not nitpick the fruit size. As long as it was not rotten, I took every last piece. Which nearby village ever got that kind of deal? Before I started buying pomegranates, apart from my family, every other grower was so worried they could not sleep. Mayor Young, more than a dozen of you came to my house, begged me, and knelt down. When I refused, you would not even get up. With no other choice, I finally agreed. I tried it, spent my own money on gifts, and called in favors. After more than half a month of legwork, I finally found a buyer, Mr. Johnson. After that, every one of you pomegranate growers made money. Mudbrick houses turned into nice little villas, but you all forgot. Who earned all of that for you? Cut the crap. You sell one box for $89, but you buy from us at $8 a pound. And you call that treating us fairly? If a box of fruit sells for $89, then you should give us $89. Otherwise, how can you face your conscience? I nearly laughed from sheer anger. Then I finally snapped and shouted, I sell one box of fruit for $89. Do I not have operating costs? Do the workers not need to be paid? Can every single piece of fruit sell for $89? After saying that, I looked around. Not one person dared step forward to argue. To sell for $89 a box only works for extra-large premium fruit over 500 grams. You are all veteran fruit growers. If 1 acre yields 3,000 pounds, what share of it is extra-large premium fruit? I paused again. My gaze swept over the crowd. Everyone lowered their heads, afraid to meet my eyes. Deep down, they all knew the answer. Extra-large premium fruit over 500 grams makes up only about 30% per acre. Who among you ever thought about the other 70% for me? The first year I helped you sell fruit, I lost $180,000. My family tightened our belts for a whole year to carry that loss. Which one of you ever gave me a single cent? The second year, you all started making money. The whole village threw itself into growing pomegranates. Mae Young promised to cover my losses. Then Mr. Johnson backed out. I worked like hell to rebuild those connections. And finally, found manager. I will not even talk about how hard that was. But did Mary Young ever keep his promise? Hey, do not think we do not understand. Even if it is less than 30%, you are still making money. Megan Blake saw that my words had shamed the crowd. So she once again took the lead and fanned the flames. With just a few words, she stirred everyone up again. Look, Liam, I am not saying this to lecture you, but helping your neighbors is only right. We all watched you grow up. How can you be so heartless? If everyone acted like you, Brookfield Village would be finished. Frank Carter, look at the fine son you raised. He will take any dirty money, no matter how shameful. We work all year, without even a day, to rest. But your son has it easy. He skims $10 from us on every pound. When they saw they could not sway me, those old bastards actually turned their attacks on my parents. My parents were honest, simple people. After being cornered like that, they could only lower their heads even further. Watching my parents get bullied, I completely lost it. If you have a problem, come at me. This has nothing to do with my parents. Since you think I am making dirty money, then I will not buy Brookfield's fruit this year. And from now on, I will never buy it again. Find whoever you want to take it. Once I said that, the villagers were all stunned. After all, my purchase price was the highest, and my terms were the best. They knew the situation in the nearby villages better than I did. If I refused to buy, where else could they sell at such a good price? I'll buy. Just when everyone had lost their backbone, Megan Blake stepped forward with one sentence. Those two words instantly gave everyone reassurance. This year, our villages, pomegranates, will be sold by me and Ethan Young. We promise we will not make a single cent off you. Everyone can rest easy. Since someone was willing to take over this mess, I was more than happy to wash my hands of it. I hope you do better than I did. Now that they had someone to rely on. The villagers began flattering the two of them. They took the exact words they used to praise me before and used them all over again on those two. Aside from changing the names, they did not change so much as a punctuation mark. With that guarantee in hand, the villagers gradually left. The next day, I drove over to the neighboring village to look around. Although I was no longer buying pomegranates from my own village, the purchase contract I had signed was still in force. 3 million pounds of pomegranates. Before October 6th, I had to deliver them on schedule. For every day of delay, 15% would be deducted from the settlement. Just as I arrived at the pomegranate fields in Maple Ridge Village and had just picked one fruit to examine it, someone suddenly called out to me. What are you doing? Stealing fruit in broad daylight, are you? No, I just came to take a look. Oh, it is Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, don't you recognize me? If you cannot remember, never mind. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Autumn Parker. I am the village secretary of Maple Ridge Village. The woman in the straw hat reached out to me first. She radiated warmth and energy. I politely shook her hand as well. Pleasure to meet you, Secretary Parker. Last year, our village's pomegranates would not sell. I went looking for you, Mr. Carter, hoping you could help us out, but I never even got to meet you. I am sorry. I truly did not know about that. Today, I came to check how the pomegranates are doing in the nearby villages. I wanted to get the full picture. Then you came to the right place. You can rest easy about our village's pomegranates. They are at least as good as yours, if not better. Do not forget, our village is all sunny south-facing slopes. There is plenty of sunlight. Good. Nice flavor. If it ripens a little more, the flavor should be even better. So, are you interested in our village's pomegranates? That falling out between you and your village. I have already heard all about it. My brows tightened. News of this spread way too fast. I have already heard all about it. My brows tightened. News of this spread way too fast. But on second thought, the two villages were only a few miles apart, with relatives mixed between them. What is your village's total yield? Around £1.5 million. A few years ago, our scale was bigger than yours, but the purchase prices were disappointing, and with poor road access, many villages left to work elsewhere and stopped farming. Production dropped by more than half. Their village had only £1.5 million. That was still far short of what my contract required. But do not worry, Mr. Cott. Our village roads have been repaired. Big trucks can get in now. And if they cannot, we can carry the fruit out to the roadside. Secretary Parker, that is not what I meant. Your village's £1.5 million is still a long way from my target. Oh, you do not need to worry about that. I am the village secretary of Maple Ridge Village. I know people in all the surrounding villages. If you need more, I can go ask them right now. Once your name gets mentioned, Mr. Cotton, the nearby villages will rush to have you buy from them. Secretary Parker, I will take your village's fruit. Oh, tell me what your village requires. Our village does not have many demands. As long as the fruit sells, that is enough. But I heard you do not sort by size when buying fruit, Mr. Carter, and your prices are fair. $8 a pound. I will not sort by size. If you can accept that, I will buy. If not, I will not. I am not running a charity. As for how much I make, that is my business. I understand that. I know how things work around here in business. On paper, you might make $10 a pound, but you surely do not keep that much in the end. There is one more thing. The fruit must be sent to the city for testing first. The quality has to pass, and it must meet pesticide residue safety standards. Only then can I buy it. If it works for you, come with me to the city tomorrow with some fruit samples. The results should be out around 3 in the afternoon. No problem, Miss Sakata. Then I will see you tomorrow. Early the next morning, I took Autumn Parker into the city. After 4 hours, we delivered the fruit to the Summit Foods testing department. Then my phone suddenly rang. Hello. Liam Carter, where are you right now? Mr. Grant, I am at the testing department. Come to my office immediately. Mr. Grant was the money man who had signed the contract with me. If anything happened on his end, I would be finished. Secretary Parker, please keep an eye on things here. I am going to see Mr. Grant. With that, I left. After what had happened before, I no longer dared bring anyone to meet my business contacts. I could not risk even one chance. But better safe than sorry. The moment I stepped into the office. Mr. Grant, please do not misunderstand. They are not with me. Not with you. Then why are they using your name? At that, Megan Blake shot me a panicked glance before I could even question them. She quickly changed the subject. We are here to discuss business with you. There is no need to make this so tense. As for the pomegranate price, we can definitely quote a lower price than Liam Carter. There is something you may not know yet. From now on, the pomegranate purchasing work in Brookfield Village has nothing to do with Liam Carter anymore. Ethan Young and I are fully in charge now. So you can ask outsiders to leave now, can't you? Megan Blake's tone was hard and forceful. She carried herself with smug, overbearing arrogance. I truly had no idea where she got that confidence. What exactly is going on here? She is right. From now on, our village's pomegranates have nothing to do with me. I do not care whether they have anything to do with you. We signed a contract in black and white. £2 million of ruby red pomegranates. If you cannot get them for me, well then, you will have to pay me double. I bent down and picked up the contract from the floor. Mr. Grant. Please. Rest assured. I promise not a single pound will be missing. Seeing that. Do not listen to his nonsense. Brookfield Village's pomegranates are now handled by the two of us. They have nothing to do with Liam Carter at all. Where could he possibly get that many pomegranates for you, even if he can get them? He will only fool you with off-brand fruit. After Megan Blake said that, she looked at me with open mockery, seeing Mr. Grant stay silent. She exchanged a glance with Ethan Young. Mr. Grant. To show our sincerity, we can sell you our village's pomegranates at $7 a pound. When Megan Blake saw she could not persuade Mr. Grant, she suddenly started cutting the price. Mr. Grant paused when he heard that. He stared at Megan Blake with amused interest. That one look made Megan Blake see hope. For the same fruit, Liam Carter charges you $8 a pound. We only want $7 a pound, Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant, now, you should believe we are sincere, right? We save you $1 per pound on 2 million pounds. That saves you $2 million. Megan Blake and Ethan Young really were college graduates. Education truly made them different. Their math was impressively sharp, just as the two of them were smugly doing the numbers for Mr. Grant. A group of security guards rushed in from outside. $7 a pound for fruit. What are these fruit fit for the gods? What? Liam Carter's fruit is only $2 a pound. Throw these two out, if they ever sneak in again. You can stop being security, Captain. The guards obeyed Mr. Grant's order. They swarmed forward and dragged Megan Blake and Ethan Young out. Megan Blake was still struggling as they dragged her away. $2 a pound. That is impossible. He pays the villagers $8 a pound. Not even in her wildest dreams could Megan Blake have known that the fruit I sold Mr. Grant was all the leftovers from my sorting. The extra-large premium fruit went to the high-end market. The large fruit went to supermarkets. The fruit under 200 grams all went to him at $1 a pound. He used it to make juice. Size did not matter. What a pair of real geniuses. And they called themselves college graduates. The fruit I supplied to the market at $89 a box barely made me any money at all. It was only to break even. In truth, the $1 a pound, undersized, leftover fruit was where I truly made my profit. After that farce ended, I returned to the testing station. The test results would not be ready until the afternoon. Autumn Parker and I drove out to get something to eat. The car had just rolled out through the gate when Megan Blake and Ethan Young blocked us. Liam Carter, do you even have a heart? You stopped Mr. Grant from buying Brookfield Village's fruit. Are you trying to destroy the whole village's livelihood? Brookfield Village's fruit has nothing to do with me. That is your problem. Get out of the way. Do not think this is enough to stop us. Mr. Grant is not the only one in the city buying pomegranates. Plenty of people will buy them. Liam Carter, just you wait. After I drove away, Ethan Young hobbled after me, limping and shouting at the back of my car, seething helplessly. I thought back to the buyers I had previously introduced them to prevent those two from continuing to use my name. I called each of those contacts, one by one. Mr. Foster. Lately, someone has been using my name to discuss deals everywhere. Today, Mr. Grant at Summit Foods Group almost fell for it. Please, be careful. Unless I come to you in person. Do not trust anyone. If anything goes wrong, I will not be responsible. After we ate, the results came out that afternoon. All the pomegranates from Maple Ridge Village passed. And, just as I expected, we got several calls on the way back. They were all from those produce buyers. Someone really was impersonating me to scam people. Soon, the car reached the village entrance. From far away, I saw the villagers crowding around my family's gate again. I held down the horn and kept my foot on the gas. Then I drove straight toward the middle of the crowd. Liam Carter, you so-called good man. What gives you the right to stop others from buying our village's pomegranates? If you do not give us an explanation today, we will not let you off. My parents' faces were ashen. Their lips trembled. They were too furious to speak. I quickly got out of the car. Where are Megan Blake and Ethan Young? Tell them to come out. If you have a problem, take it up with us. If you think you can bully those two, we will not stand for it. The villagers stepped forward, one after another, backing the two of them up. So I called the police right away. Those two have been using my name to fool people everywhere. Now they are stirring up trouble again. Let them explain it to the cops. The moment I finished speaking, Megan Blake and Ethan Young came out from the yard across the way. Both of them looked panicked. They were clearly guilty. You two had better explain yourselves. Otherwise, explain it at the police station. We did not say anything. Ethan Young lowered his head and mumbled, Megan Blake looked deeply wronged. The villagers are not stupid. Right and wrong are plain to see. Why go to the police station? The police station is not ours to command. All you gossips, stop running your mouths about everything. Hurry up and leave. Go home and cook dinner. Just as the villagers were about to leave, Megan Blake unexpectedly pulled another stunt. I have good news for everyone. Liam Carter signed a contract for £3 million. If he cannot deliver on time, he will have to pay double damages. Hump. Besides our village. Who has that much fruit? The crowd erupted when they heard the news. At that moment, whether Megan Blake and Ethan Young had found a buyer no longer mattered. What mattered was that I might owe someone double damages. As long as I suffered, they would be happy. Liam Carter, apologize to everyone right now. Refund each family $200,000. Then pay $10 a pound. Then we may consider selling you the whole village's pomegranates. Otherwise, you can just wait to pay double penalties for breach of contract. You can decide which loss hurts more. Megan Blake seized the chance to threaten me. She wanted to solve 3 problems at once. She would make me apologize and pay compensation, and force me to buy the entire village's crop. That way, she could fix every problem, and still walk away with a good reputation. Her scheme was clever. But before I could say a word, someone stepped forward to object first. No. 200,000 is definitely not enough. My family has more than 3 acres. You have to pay my family 500,000. Otherwise, I will not sell. In an instant, everyone started arguing over each other. Plenty of them took the chance to make outrageous demands. Some even demanded $1 million from me. I pulled my parents back into the house. Once the gate was shut, they could argue all they wanted. I had not agreed to anything anyway. After we closed the door, my dad told me our orchard had been deliberately vandalized. About 1/3 of an acre on our southwest slope had been stripped. Fruit was scattered all over the ground. There were about 300 or 400 pounds of it. It was obviously deliberate. I wanted to go confront them, but my dad would not let me. He knew exactly what the villagers were like. For this kind of dirty trick done in secret, even catching them in the act would be useless. Forget it. Just let it go. They are all old folks in their 60s and 70s. Every one of them is full of health problems. If they turn around and bite back, claiming you'll upset them, what can you do? I calmed down. It was true. People in their 60s and 70s, even the police could hardly do anything to them. There was nowhere to seek justice for something like this. So, my dad and I talked it over. We decided to harvest our own fruit first thing tomorrow. Our orchard covered 27 acres. I planned to hire extra workers. We could clear all the fruit in one day. That way, we would act before anything else could go wrong. Early, the next morning, from several villages east and west of us, I hired more than 50 pickers. We worked non-stop until around 4:30 in the afternoon. Only then was the fruit fully harvested. Then, my phone rang. Autumn Parker, the village secretary next door, brought me another piece of good news. Hey, Mr. Carter, I have good news for you. I have spoken with the people in several neighboring villages. They are all willing to sell their pomegranates to you. That is great. Perfect. Have them start harvesting in 3 days. As for Megan Blake and Ethan Young, those two had truly shot themselves in the foot. Every morning, the moment they opened their eyes, people were blocking their front doors. They kept pressing them about the purchase deal. 3 days later, Maple Ridge Village officially began harvesting. To prevent any unexpected problems, I stayed on site the whole time, watching everything. We aimed to finish harvesting 1 million pounds within 7 days. At the same time, Autumn Parker kept repeating through a loudspeaker, "Attention, everyone. Rotten fruit and spoiled fruit, and any fruit with worms, must not be put in. Absolutely do not put them in." In past years, Brookfield Village always harvested pomegranates first. This year, it was Maple Ridge Village. Plenty of Brookfield villagers ran over to watch the commotion. While they watched, they kept bad-mouthing me. "If you sell your fruit to Liam Carter, you will be getting robbed by that heartless bastard. He is making $10 a pound off you." Exactly. With over 1 million pounds of fruit in your village, he does not lift a finger, and pockets over 10 million just sitting there. Tell me that is not shameless. Hiambiha. The Brookfield villagers who came to watch were secretly bad-mouthing me. They were trying to talk the Maple Ridge villagers out of selling me their pomegranates. But no one believed them. You cannot just talk nonsense like that. Mr. Carter is a good man. A truly good man. That is right. Before this, our village's large fruit only sold for $4 a pound. When did we ever get $8? This year, not only can we sell for $8, he is not even picky about size. Each acre earned several thousand more. The Brookfield villagers still would not give up. They kept trying to persuade them. But they never expected to anger the people of Maple Ridge Village, who were busy harvesting. They pulled off their gloves, put down their work, and surrounded the Brookfield villagers. Mr. Kotzer is a good man. He deserves to make that money. Exactly. A buyer with a conscience like him deserves every dollar he earns. If a good man like him cannot get rich, then there is no justice in this world. Where is the justice in that? I heard Mr. Carter is not buying pomegranates from your village this year. So, you came here just to smear Mr. Carter on purpose, did you not? That must be it. You people from Brookfield Village, get out of Maple Ridge Village right now. The Brookfield villagers were rebuked into silence. This was Maple Ridge Village's territory. They did not dare play tough here. They could only slink away in disgrace. A few days later, as the surrounding villages all began harvesting, the Brookfield villagers completely lost their nerve. Every morning, the moment they opened their eyes, they blocked Megan Blake and Ethan Young's front doors. That day, the two of them had just come back from outside when the Brookfield villagers surrounded them. Megan, have you and Ethan found a buyer yet? The fruit is already starting to drop. If no one buys it soon, it will rot in the fields. Exactly. Did you find one or not? When Megan Blake saw me walking over, her face suddenly tightened. Then she raised her voice Everyone, relax. We have already lined up a buyer. Extra large, premium fruit. We'll sell for $89 a box. Second tier, large, boxed fruit. Will sell for $58 a box. Each box holds a little over 5 pounds. $89 a box. That means more than $10 a pound. Megan, you are not joking, are you? Do not worry. How could we ever lie to all of you? I guarantee it on my own integrity. There will be no problem. Everyone, get ready to harvest. Then just wait to count the money. As soon as Megan Blake finished speaking, the villagers began stirring with excitement. Well now, Megan, Ethan, you two really are capable. 100 times better than certain people. Liam Carter, do you see this? Do not think we cannot survive without you. Without a heartless man like you. We can all earn even more. Hayambiha. Is that so? I hope, in a few days, you can still laugh this happily. After saying that, I walked away without looking back. By the 7th day, Maple Ridge Village's harvest was successfully completed. That afternoon, I came back from handling business in the city. When I passed Megan Blake's front gate, I realized her house had been vandalized. The 2 big stainless steel gates had been splashed with manure. It was so disgusting, I nearly threw up my lunch. When I got home, I found my front gate crowded with people again. I was instantly furious, but before I could lose my temper, one villager rushed up to me. Liam, please buy my family's fruit. You do not have to apologize, and you do not have to refund anything. $5 a pound is fine. Mine, too. My family poured more than 4 years of work into our orchard. This year, the yield finally reached 3,000 pounds. If no one buys it, I would not even know where to turn. That is right. Liam, my child is still in school, and we have a sick person at home. We are counting on this fruit to get by. You have to buy it. Otherwise, how am I supposed to live? Liam, we are all neighbors here. Last time, we were wrong. We believed Megan Blake and Ethan Young's lies. Those 2 so-called good people did not help us sell a single pound of fruit. Instead, they screwed us over. Now they have vanished without a trace. No wonder Megan Blake's house was vandalized. So, she had run off. Then, I looked around. I did not see Mayor Young anywhere. His house had probably been smashed up too. That was honestly satisfying. There are more than 80 households in Brookfield. Go back a few generations, and we are all connected as relatives. You cannot help outsiders and ignore your own people. Sorry, I cannot buy your fruit. You cannot buy it. How could you possibly not buy it? You bought from every nearby village. So why can you not buy from your own village? The moment they heard I could not buy it, the villagers panicked at once. 1 second, they were humble and pleading. The next, their voices turned cold and accusing. I sneered inwardly. A leper really never changes its spots. Just as the situation was about to spiral out of control, Mayor Young appeared right on cue again. I am begging you. I will get down on my knees. You cannot just stand by and watch everyone's fruit rot in the fields. Mayor Young walked up to me. Without another word, he once again pulled out his kneeling act. This old bastard was playing the same trick again. Every time, he claimed he would kneel. Not once had he actually done it. Now he was using the same routine again. Today, I wanted to see whether he would really kneel or not. Liam, the mayor is your elder. How can you let him kneel to you? A few of Mayor Young's lackeys saw that I still was not saying anything, so they hurried out to smooth things over. That is right, Liam. Just agree already. If word gets out that Mayor Young knelt to you, how will you ever show your face again? Major, stop acting. The fruit's best harvest window was already delayed by your son. Who would dare buy soft fruit at this point? If the trip is even a little far, it will probably spoil on the road. It is mid-October. Now, the fruit is already overripe. The transport losses alone would be more than anyone could bear. Brookfield village has over 3 million pounds of fruit. Even at top speed harvesting, it would take 10 days. Wait, another 10 days, and this fruit will have rotted into mush. Who would still dare buy it? Liam, do not push your luck. Our village's fruit. You will buy it whether you want to or not. If playing nice won't work. Mayor Young's face hardened. He actually started playing rough with me. Bring them all in. As soon as he said that, several old men shuffled in from outside. They swayed with every step, as if they might faint at any moment. You know these men, don't you? If you do not buy the village's fruit, they will stay at your house today. And they will not leave. Of course, I knew these old men. Some will have. Others had heart disease or Parkinson's. Their average age was over 80. Even my dad would have to address them as grandpa. Liam, remember Mr. Harrods, who leased land here a few years ago? He was far more capable than you. And what happened? Hayampiha. He still paid up, did he not? That was Mayor Young's kind of tactic. A filthy move like this. Even if I ate 2 bags of fertilizer at every meal, I still could not have dreamed it up. These old men could keel over at any moment. If one of them really died in my yard, who could ever explain that clearly? You are young. You do not understand how things work around here. Hey. We are from the same village. There is no grudge we cannot untangle. Listen to me, Liam. Just buy the fruit. I am the mayor. I can speak for everyone. This year, for our village's price, $4 a pound will do. That gives you $4 extra of margin per pound. Consider it everyone's apology to you. Just as I was about to tell Mayor Young to give up on that idea, the sound of police cars suddenly came from outside the yard. My dad walked out of the house. He was the one who called them. He gave me a steady, resolute look. Frank Carter, what good is calling the cops? Do you have any proof? The substation cut the power earlier to inspect the lines. No power. No internet. The cameras cannot work either. The police cars drew closer and closer. Mayor Young did not panic at all. Instead, he grew even more brazen. He turned and signaled to several people behind him. I knew he was about to pull another dirty trick. Who says I have no proof? The dashcam in my car recorded the whole thing. From the moment I came in, everything in this yard was captured on video. I suggest you confess early. That way, you might avoid lockup. Mayor Young's son already screwed you this year and left your fruit unspoiled. The losses are bad enough. Now Mayor Young wants to drag you down with him to the police station. Are you really that brilliant? The officers walked in through the gate. I deliberately raised my voice and shouted after hearing me say that. Then seeing the officers behind them, someone immediately cracked. Officer, this has nothing to do with us. He tricked us into coming here. He told us to crowd into the yard together and force him to buy the fruit. That is right. Officer, my dad is the same. He is 70 this year. He only had a heart stent put in last year. Mayor Young said when the cops arrived, my dad should lie on the ground. Then Liam would be in serious trouble. When the powerful fall, and everyone scrambles to save themselves, before any investigation even started, they began confessing on their own. You bunch of saints. Was I doing this for myself? Wasn't it all to make Liam buy your fruit? Fine, then wait for your fruit to rot in the fields. You're lying. You clearly did this for your son. Ethan Young screwed us all over this badly, then just dusted himself off and ran. You knew everyone would never let him off, so you tried to clean up his mess, so he could come back to the village. Mayor Young had been betrayed by the crowd. Now he could not deny it, even if he wanted to. There were witnesses and physical evidence. In the end, the villagers were sent away. Mayor Young and I were taken to the police station. After Mayor Young's matter was handled, I walked out. Going back to the village now would probably bring me no peace. Brookfield village's pomegranates could only rot in the fields. No one could do anything about it, but what had to be faced still had to be faced. I had to go back and explain everything clearly to them. Otherwise they would say, I watched them suffer and did nothing. I did not want them holding that grudge against me. Then I rushed straight home without stopping. Sure enough, a crowd of villagers filled the front of my house. Uncles, aunts, grandpas, grandmas. It is not that I, Liam Carter, refuse to buy your fruit. It is that no one wants this fruit anymore. Think about it yourselves. The fruit has already started to rot. How can we ship it out? These are mountain roads around here. Before it even leaves the village, the fruit will already be spoiled. If we cannot even haul it out, would any buyer still want it? Without Mayor Young stirring them up? The villagers seemed much more reasonable. I appealed to their hearts, and to their common sense. I spent more than an hour talking them down. I kept calling them grandpas and grandmas with respect, and only then did they calm down. One by one, they cried, beating their chests and stamping their feet. Their grief was gut-wrenching. As they cried and cried, no one knew who started it. But all at once, they rushed toward Mayor Young's house. Mayor Young's 3-story villa probably would not survive. While the villagers were smashing up his house, they accidentally broke open a hidden room. Inside, it was piled with cash and gold bars. The police made a preliminary count. There was over $2.7 million in cash, and more than 6 pounds of gold bars. Afterward, Mayor Young confessed the whole criminal scheme. In earlier years, he had helped the village sell pomegranates. The whole time, he had been taking kickbacks. The worst time was when that buyer ran off. That buyer had paid half the total price as a deposit. Mayor Young wanted to wait for the final payment and hand it all out together. Who would have thought the buyer would take the fruit and disappear? Back then, the buyer had paid a $1 million deposit. Mayor Young colluded with Megan Blake's father, George Blake, and pocketed every cent. The reason Megan Blake and Ethan Young targeted me was entirely because Mayor Young and George Blake stirred things up behind the scenes. The year the whole village was cheated, only my family's fruit got paid for. So the villagers suggested coming to me. At the time, Mayor Young and George Blake both opposed it, but too many people agreed. So they had no choice but to give me the lucrative job of finding buyers. Who knew I would get better and better at it? They could not get their hands on any part of it. After Megan, Blake, and Ethan Young graduated, Mayor Young and George Blake finally saw a new opening. That was what led to everything that followed. The embezzlement case against Mayor Young and George Blake went to trial in the city court. Mayor Young had embezzled over $5.6 million in total. He was sentenced to life in prison. All his assets were confiscated. George Blake had embezzled more than $2.8 million in total. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison. All his assets were confiscated as well. Because of this, Megan Blake and Ethan Young were shunned by the villagers. In the end, they chose to leave town for good. As for my pomegranate buying business, everything went smoothly from then on. And later, I married Autumn Parker, the village secretary of Maple Ridge Village.